This week's gold, silver, and platinum specials for Miles Franklin are pre-65 dimes and quarters, only 99 cents over spot. We also have 1 ounce silver Pamp Swiss rounds for only $2.59 over spot, 10th ounce gold maples, $45 over melt, and 1 ounce platinum platypus coins for only $119 over spot. If you wanted that or anything else that we have to offer, we have a huge variety, weekly specials. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. Let them know Slayer sent you. When you send an email, it helps me out. Andy Scheckman is the CEO of this company, so you know we're legit. We're the most respected around with the best prices. You can trust us, and we are here to help you. With that said, let's jump into the video. Folks, first and foremost, happy 4th of July. I hope you're celebrating this beautiful day with friends and family as we celebrate this beautiful country. I am honored to be able to announce I'm partnered with American Medical Experts, a company whose whole purpose is helping veterans get the medical benefits they deserve. Over 17 million veterans aren't getting those benefits. Well, today until July 7th, we are offering $200 off of your Nexus letter. A Nexus letter is a medical document that establishes a link between a veteran's current medical condition and their military service. I'm also able to offer free consultations through the link in the description with my med team. And you can go through telehealth to get these prescriptions as well, or whatever you need. It's very, very convenient, and it's just my way to give back and help veterans. If you know any veterans, or if you're one yourself, help yourself or go help someone. Links in the description or the pinned comment. God bless America. Happy July 4th. Folks, this is one of those articles that if the everyday American knew about this type of information, the economy would be in a much different state. And you'll see what I mean in a second. Let's cover this entire thing and let's see why the American commercial real estate crisis is likely the cause of the 2025 great financial collapse. And more importantly, why silver may be the only safe haven left. Remember, he used silver, not gold. He didn't say gold is the only safe haven left. Silver. The delinquency rate on U.S. commercial mortgage-backed securities for offices surged to 11.1% to new all-time highs. Office CMBS delinquencies have now exceeded post-Great Financial Crisis levels. The commercial real estate crisis is still getting worse. And you see a chart from 2000 to 2025, and it is way up. The U.S. commercial real estate market is in free fall, and the numbers are not just bad, they're historic. In June 2025, the delinquency rate on office commercial mortgage-backed securities surged to 11%, smashing through the previous all-time high set during the depths of the Great Financial Crisis. This is not a blip, it's a catastrophic unraveling of an entire asset class that once underpinned the American urban economy. And most people don't see these charts. They will hear their favorite news anchor sprinkle on a little bit of something else that distracts them from the truth. But what's really going on, if you just look at the data, is very telling to what's really going to be happening as well. Yeah, you get a pretty good idea of where the economy's headed when you look at what's really happening, avoiding all of the distractions. Why offices are dying, the end of the gathering age. The collapse of the office market is not a mystery. The COVID-19 pandemic didn't just push workers out of cubicles, it proved that most white-collar jobs can be done anywhere with Wi-Fi. Only exception, medical facilities, where physical presence is still required for examinations and procedures. For everywhere else, the need to gather in an office has been exposed as a relic of a bygone era, which I totally agree with, right? Workers have tested autonomy. Companies have slashed costs by shrinking their footprints. The result? A glut of empty towers in every major city and a tidal wave of defaults as landlords can't cover their debts. Commerce has changed forever. This isn't just about offices. The entire landscape of American commerce has shifted. Amazon and the e-commerce revolution have gutted brick and mortar retail. Consumers want convenience, selection, and price transparency, none of which require a trip to the mall. The pandemic only accelerated this shift, driving foot traffic and sales at physical stores into the ground. Many retailers have failed to adapt, leaving behind shuttered storefronts and unpaid leases. And the pandemic definitely expedited the inevitable, which was going to happen as we advance in this new digital era, this new technological era where everything can be used through Wi-Fi. It's just, it was naturally going to happen as we progress from a human species, and everything is just done through the internet, right? The maturity wall, ticking time bomb. It's about to get much worse. 2025 alone, $957 billion, a staggering 20% of all outstanding commercial and multifamily mortgages will mature. Many of these loans were written in an era of low rates and high demand. Now owners face refinancing at much higher rates with properties that are worth far less and generating little or no income. The extend and pretend era is over. Defaults will accelerate as reality sets in, like Andy Schectman says, little by little. And I just want to pause real quick because you might ask yourself, well, what does this have to do really with silver? There's a reason why he said silver is the only safe haven left to protect yourself from this. We'll get to that part, but just think about this. The dollar is only as strong as people think it is. And if the dollar's not strong, if people don't think the dollar's strong, it literally is not. We have created a system, a financial system that is trying to get ourselves out of debt by replacing it with more debt. It's like trying to pay off a credit card with another credit card, and it will catch up, and it has caught up. And if you look at what happened from 2008 to 2011, which pushed silver to $50, the credit financial crisis, recession/depression with billions in stimulus. Now we're talking about trillions in stimulus, and this happening, the only outcome can be higher precious metals prices. That's the only outcome. We're talking about the dollar being a direct negative correlation to gold and silver. When the dollar index is down, gold and silver is up, vice versa. We know that the dollar is inevitably going to fall. Every fiat-based system falls. That's not a theory. That's not a myth or a conspiracy. That's just a fact. The dollar one day is going to die. It will get replaced. And in the meantime, silver and gold will be what saves you from, your hard-earned money just going into the trash can, like these other third world countries where these people carry their money in trash bags, weigh their money on scales at the cash register, because their dollar bills are so deflated, it takes hundreds upon hundreds of bills just to buy a freaking, lollipop at the store because their dollar bill is worth the purchasing power of like 5 pennies. Or you'll see those guys holding a sign that says like broke billionaire. Or you see the Zimbabwe $1 trillion bill. That's the rate that every fiat-based system is headed. The United States being the top dog, it's just going to take a little longer to get there. But with all this information, it's showing that the cracks are starting to get bigger. And the bigger the cracks get, the closer the foundation is to falling. And there is no foundation once we got rid of the gold standard. So, U.S. banking system's already straining under the weight of these losses, like I was just mentioning, right? Even if banks are less exposed to CMBS than in 2008, that's funny, I was just talking about the comparison. I didn't read that part yet. Ripple effects are massive, hitting institutional investors, pension funds, and insurance companies. Layer on top of this $37 trillion national debt, which I was just talking about as well, with $11 trillion maturing soon. This needs to be refinanced to higher rates. Congress is poised to raise the debt ceiling by another 4 or 5 trillion, the largest increase in history. Meanwhile, the U.S. is embroiled in proxy wars with China, Russia, and Iran, while subsidizing Israel and Ukraine and maintaining a global military presence with 850 bases. Defense spending is ballooning with a $1 trillion Pentagon budget on the horizon. The government is feeding the beast of war while the home front crumbles. Then you have human cost, layoffs, unaffordable living, and despair. The economic pain is everywhere. Layoffs in 2025 have hit 744,308 workers, the highest since the pandemic's darkest days. Retail, tech, media, even federal agencies are slashing jobs. The cost of living is skyrocketing, with housing and health insurance out of reach for millions. Middle-income Americans are locked out of homeownership, and even those with good jobs can't even keep up with inflation and rising costs. So what can the Fed do? The Federal Reserve is cornered. Cut rates and risk a dollar crisis and runaway inflation. Hike rates trigger a wave of defaults that could threaten the entire financial system. The Fed's traditional toolkit is useless against a crisis of this magnitude, where real estate debt, global conflict, and political dysfunction collide. And then here's the silver lining, literally. 1974 to 1980, silver price increased 1,363%. 2001 to 2008, 414%. 2006 to 2012, 321%. In this environment, traditional money, silver and gold, is staging a quiet comeback. Like I said, it's a direct correlation, a negative direct correlation. When the dollar falls, gold and silver take off. Silver in particular is a structural deficit, with demand outstripping supply for the fourth year in a row. Mines can't keep up, and recycling offers only partial relief. Meanwhile, states like Texas, Florida, Idaho, Utah, Louisiana are re-legitimizing silver as legal tender, and central banks are starting to accumulate it, along with Russia and other countries and billionaires. Silver is the wild animal of the monetary world, ignored for years, then suddenly exploding higher when confidence in fiat evaporates. Its historical patterns clear: quiet accumulation, skepticism, then a breakout that catches everyone off guard. In past crises, silver has outperformed gold, and the setup today is eerily similar. Conclusion: systems failing, silver is the escape hatch. The American banking system cannot endure this convergence of commercial real estate collapse, unsustainable debt, global conflict, and social unraveling. As the pillars of the old economy crumble, silver stands ready, not just as a hedge, but as a lifeline. In a world awash in paper promises and digital illusions, real money is making its move. Ignore it at your peril. So, yeah, there's more to this. But this person said he's thinking that silver is going to set the stage for a rapid move to $40 an ounce and beyond. I mean, there is a lot of data showing this. We have all of these, like 37-year cup and handles. At the end of the day, folks, if you wanted to buy some silver, I got you from trusted places. Send an email to info@milesfranklin.com. They'll hook you up with one of the brokers that works under Andy Scheckman. Great guys. Let them know Slayer sent you. They'll send you the price sheet. You could say you want the 99-cent over spot junk silver diamonds and quarters, or you want to, whatever. We have eagles. We have 1,000-ounce bars. We have 5-ounce bars. We have everything you can think of. We have the largest inventory I've ever seen. It's absolutely insane. So yeah, with great prices as well and a great team behind you. We'll always make sure you're taken care of. So yeah. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all. Happy 4th of July. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.